Hello, thank you so much for joining me. I hope everyone is doing well and having a brilliant day, week, weekend, whenever you're watching this. If you could like, comment, subscribe, all of those things would really help me as I'm really trying to improve the quality of my YouTube, take it a little bit more seriously. So anything you can do to help is really appreciated. But let's get into it. So I wanted to do a completely unbiased, unsponsored review of Skillshare. I think you see a lot of adverts for it and paid sponsorships, but I wanted to do something that's, paid for it myself just to see how it actually is for artists and people wanting to learn art. I wouldn't quite call myself an artist yet, so I'm definitely on the wanting to learn art side. So yeah, I've been interested in it for a while, and I thought, I'll just give it a go, see what it's like, and give a mini review for you guys. So first off, I know people say, you can find a lot of it on YouTube for free. And I do agree with that. I think you can find pretty much anything you want on YouTube for free these days. And that's amazing. But I like everything just in one place for me and in like a format I can follow, some sort of order to it. I just like it to be a bit more organised than me trying to find it, trying to figure out whether these people are worth listening to or not. And I think there's tons of people on YouTube worth listening to, definitely. And there's probably a lot that have formatted playlists and tutorials for you to go through. But at the same time, I think YouTube has leaned away from learning and more just, quick entertainment, which is fine. I love that too. I love YouTube. I follow so many artists on YouTube. But I do watch it more for just entertainment in my day rather than for me to learn from. And don't get me wrong, I think you learn just from watching people paint. But I needed a bit more in depth. So Skillshare is a monthly membership of about £14 a month, or you can pay £80 a year. So it depends how much you're going to use it to whether that price is worth it to you and whether the ease of just having it all there is even worth it. Because if you're more than happy to just search through YouTube, spend the time doing it that way, then straight away I'd say it's not worth it to you. But if you don't want to search through YouTube, you just want to have a ready-made video course for you that you can just follow in your own time, then it could be. But I will get more into what I've been using it for and how I think that's gone. So the first one, which is this one that I filmed here, was a portraits in gouache course. I want to do something that would push me because I don't do portraits. I think most people, it's really hard to draw people, and then to paint them, I wouldn't even know where to start. Gouache is a very new medium to me. I mean, art in general is a new medium to me. So I did feel like I was pushing myself a bit with this one, but I thought, why not dive in at the deep end and see what happens? But I think this, I'm just going to say teacher, was really good and really went into like the nitty gritty bits about what your consistency of your paint should be like, what brushes to use, how much water to have in your brush. It really did go from the basics upwards, which for someone like me who's learning was really useful. We even did like colour wheels and starting off with sort of different variations in your three primary colours and how that would change and how you could use a different yellow to get skin tones easier, or if you used a different red you'd get more landscape tones. It was really interesting, and to someone who doesn't really know colour theory or anything like that, very useful to me. And then we did like a mini value sketch of just like a ball and a table, monochromatic, just seeing which values. And again, to a beginner like me, that's really useful. I've never even thought about values before, which might be really silly to say if people watching this are actual artists. But because I'm so new, I just sort of try to paint what I see, not really actually even paying attention to what I'm seeing. I was more painting what I thought I should see. So doing those mini sessions, I think really helped and really made me actually focus on what I was actually seeing and what was actually there. But I think the good thing about Skillshare is that the courses are broken up into mini sections. So if you're more advanced than me and you don't need those bits, you can just skip that and jump straight into this portrait, or you could even skip this one and then the next one was the colour portrait. So you can sort of make it go at your own pace. And because the classes are quite small, they're about 10 minutes, it's easy to just fit one in a day as your painting or drawing practice, and just to know that you just need 15 minutes and you'll spend that time doing something for yourself, something you enjoy. But I think also because you've paid, it sort of makes you do it, for me anyway. And I want to do it, but the fact that I've paid, I'm like, no, I will do this, because otherwise there was no point to it. And I think that's another thing. It's like a pro and a con, is that you do have to pay for Skillshare. But for me, that makes me use it. The same way as like paying for the gym will make me actually exercise. Although, obviously, having to pay is a con as well, because, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, so it needs to be worth it. There's so many different courses as well on Skillshare. So I've mainly been looking at the art ones. So I've done another one that was drawing dogs in like rainbow colours, which was really fun and interesting. And then another one, sticking with the gouache theme, was mini scenery paintings. And they're like 15-minute paintings, which was really good to try and keep like a daily painting practice that I've been trying to do. I'm trying to get into drawing, painting daily. And I think just knowing that I didn't even need to think about what I was going to paint, they were going to explain it all to me. I could just sit there, get my paints out and be ready to go. And that really helped with not, this sounds silly, but having the mental load of what to paint. So I was really enjoying that course as well. But there's courses on everything you could possibly imagine. But I think that's where another downside comes in, because the courses aren't kept up to date. So if you're looking at something that changes over time, so there were courses on like YouTube optimization, Instagram optimization, but the courses were 5+ years old. And YouTube and Instagram has changed so much in that time. I think if you were to watch one of those courses, even if you implemented everything, it's probably not beneficial to you anymore. Those tips are so old that they won't work anymore. So I would say if you're doing anything that does change over time, make sure to watch a modern one. Obviously for art it doesn't really matter, but depending what you look at, it could matter. I also think it's really useful for creating new ideas for yourself. There's lots of things that I'm like, oh, I've never thought about that. And then I can watch that video and then tweak it, change it to my style. And it's just something that I would have never have done without the prompt. I do enjoy that. And I definitely think it was useful to me. So this portrait, I cannot do portraits. So I was so happy with how this turned out. Please don't be mean in the comments if you don't like it. But for me, this is so much better than I would have ever been able to do if I'd have just sat down and tried to do it. And it was so much faster than I thought it was going to be as well. Like, I think without Skillshare, I'd have taken twice the time to draw something half as good. But again, that's dependent on the teacher. So that's another con, is that not all the courses are equal. And some of them, I don't know how to word it, seem almost a slightly rushed maybe. Like they just had to get something done to get paid. So yeah, not all courses are equal. So then it's a bit like, if I'm having to sift through the good ones anyway, why don't I just do it on YouTube again for free? So that is a point. If you are happy to just spend the time on YouTube getting this information and, maybe watching a load of videos for that one video that gives you something useful, if you're happy to do that and you don't mind the time spent, then YouTube is the way to go. But if you want something that is a bit more formatted, thought out, and just easier for you to get, then Skillshare's the way to go. But I'll do my overall summing up of my idea. Not my ideas, of my opinions. Overall, I like Skillshare. I think it's really good for beginners, and from what I've seen, people that are a bit more established in art than me. There's so many courses that you could just try something new each week, and it would really, I can see it benefiting creativity a lot. Even if it's not something to do with art, there's things on photography, planning, writing. There's so much. So if there's anything you've wanted to get into and you've no idea where to start, I do think it's really good for that. My only downsides are that I don't think all the courses are as good as some others are. So sometimes you'll watch a course for half an hour and think, this isn't what I wanted. And then, yes, there is the issue that you can probably get all this information for free. I think that's true of anything though. So I have some art books. I got some art books from Jazza on YouTube. And again, I probably could just watch his videos and get that information, but I just like having it in one place. One thing I didn't actually check is whether you can download the videos on Skillshare, and I think if you can download, that's a big positive as well, because I don't have YouTube Premium, so I can't download. I also don't really want YouTube Premium, but to be able to download in Skillshare would be good, and I think that would help a lot. But overall, I've been really enjoying it, and I think it has improved my art a lot. I'm a beginner, so take that as you want. But this painting, there is no way I could have done something like this without help or a lot more time. So I do think it sped up my learning a bit, and I'm excited to see what other courses I can do and try other new things, new mediums. But yeah, overall, really liked it. I may just keep it for a couple months, and then when I'm a bit more knowing what I'm doing, I'll experiment myself. But yeah, really enjoyed it. So, oh God, I can't speak. But yeah, that is the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've ever used Skillshare, let me know. Did you like it? Did you not? Apart from that, have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.